Funnily enough, if you're at advanced level English or want to get there, you'll know that funnily enough has nothing much to do with laughter. I'll be explaining. I'm Steve at English with Steve UK, sharing with you my 20 years experience of teaching English and a lifetime of speaking it, which is a long time as I'm knocking on a bit. I'm knocking on a bit, that's an idiom. Means getting old. In this video, I'll be sharing with you how we use and when we use the phrase funnily enough. It's really common, so it's important that if you're aiming for advanced level that you know it. I'll give you some examples and show you some alternatives and explaining why some things that we say are fun or funny aren't always things to be laughed at. Oh, and before I forget, at the end of the video is a bonus section where I'll be showing you some idioms using fun. If you have any questions, do please put them in the comments below, and also let me know how you use any of the phrases which you'll hear in the video. You use funnily enough to say that although something is surprising or unusual, it's true, even though it may sound strange. Like, funnily enough, I can remember what I had to eat last week, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Or, funnily enough, I was just about to call you when you called me. Other ways of saying funnily enough, well, you could say oddly enough or strangely enough. Like, oddly enough, my cat doesn't like fish. Or you could say, strange as it seems, my cat doesn't like fish. Funnily enough is usually used at the beginning of a sentence or at the end. Like, funnily enough, he loves sweets, but he doesn't like chocolate. Or, he loves sweets, but he doesn't like chocolate, funnily enough. But you can also find it in the middle of a sentence. He's travelled all around the world, but funnily enough, he hates flying. As you may have guessed, as it ends in Y, funnily is an adverb. It modifies the verb funny. Of course, if someone or something is funny, well, it or they make you laugh. The comedian was really funny. He told some very good jokes. He was really funny. But it can also mean something odd or strange. My car's been making funny noises lately. I hope it's not going to break down. Or, it's funny, Robert didn't turn up for work today. So you see, there's nothing to laugh at in those two situations. If someone says that something is funny and you're not sure what kind of funny, you can always ask, do you mean funny haha or funny peculiar? Fun as a noun means enjoyment, amusement, light-hearted pleasure. The children were having fun in the playground. Used as an adjective, it means enjoyable, pleasurable, amusing. The party was fun. We had a fun party. We had a fun ride on the roller coaster, but it was scary. Do remember that we don't say that something is very fun. It sounds really strange to say that. Say that it's great fun. It was great fun. That sounds a lot more natural. Having said that fun and funny don't necessarily mean the same thing, of course sometimes they can mean the same thing. For instance, the kids think that their Uncle Jack is great fun because he's always telling them funny stories. Now I promise you some bonus idioms using fun, but before we go on to them, one final point. I've had students ask me if you can say funny enough instead of funnily enough. Well, funny enough exists, but it's not the same. You could say, we went to see the comedian, but he really shouldn't be in the job. He wasn't funny enough. In other words, he wasn't sufficiently funny. And there you use funny enough, not funnily enough. A reminder to remember to ask any questions in comments or to say how you use some of these phrases. You give examples of them. I'm sure everyone else would like to hear. Okay, bonus idioms. Let's start with
a bundle of fun. Something that's fun, funny and pleasant. Sometimes used sarcastically to indicate that someone is unpleasant or not enjoyable to be around. These children are having a bundle of fun jumping up and down on the bed. Oh dear, she's upset about something. She's not a bundle of fun at the moment. Exams are never a bundle of fun, are they? No, he's having problems. He's going to call it a day. To make fun of or poke fun at is to make jokes about something or somebody, to ridicule. Like this guy here. Sometimes it can cause a lot of distress, especially amongst children. It's a form of bullying. Too funny for words. Extremely funny, so hilarious that you must see it or hear it to understand how funny it is. Well, she's finding something too funny for words. Funny stuff is irregular or unusual activity. Often it's illegal. She's peering through the curtains. She can see some funny stuff going on over the road. Oh, she's seen it too. I wonder what it can be. Drug dealing? Burglary? I'm not being funny, but this is used to introduce a statement that you think might offend someone, seem insensitive, or come across in the wrong way. Like, I'm not being funny, but I didn't like the way you were talking to my boyfriend. I think you were flirting with him. To see the funny side is to find a humorous aspect about something that is otherwise difficult, distressing, unfortunate, or unpleasant. He's trying to get the car going, but she's left the handbrake on. You saw the funny side afterwards. These two girls have broken down. They need to change the wheel but don't know how to do it. They see the funny side afterwards. Oh dear, I'm not sure that their mum is going to see the funny side of this when she comes home. It was fun while it lasted. Something was an enjoyable or worthwhile experience even though it was impermanent. It often indicates that the speaker was resigned to the fact that it couldn't last. Winning money playing roulette was great fun while it lasted, but it didn't last long. Time flies when you're having fun. When you're enjoying something, time seems to move more quickly. This is a proverb, a set phrase. I think we've all been in a situation where we've been having such fun that we didn't realise what the time was. Must be fun at parties. This is used sarcastically to indicate that someone else is coming across as being very tedious or boring. Bet you must be fun at parties. I don't think she'll be much fun at parties either. She's got a bad temper. To have a funny feeling is to have an intuition or premonition about something. She's got a funny feeling that she's going to be late. I have a funny feeling that these two are lost.
So there you are, idioms using fun and funny. And, funnily enough, there are loads more. and no doubt you'll hear them being used when you hear English native speakers speaking. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember, please leave any questions in comments and give examples of how you use any of the phrases or idioms that you've heard. And do remember to subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. And I'll be seeing you again soon. Bye for now.